Hi everyone. I wanted to show you another presentation tool that you could share and communicate information with. This is a product actually called Camtasia, and what Camtasia does, it's a little program on your computer, and it records your whole screen and lets you have a video feed if you want. I have a video window in this, and it lets you have an audio narration. What's nice about this is you can easily share processes, procedures on your computer that you might not. It may be harder to do it in PowerPoint because you'd have to convert everything to a slide. Here I can just show the Word document. So this is an example of our new administrative hiring guidelines. This summer we hired many people. We hired upwards of 30 people. And one thing that was evident is our hiring processes had to be revised. We weren't using the same forms for instructional and non-instructional. There was some confusion about what to do. So what I did is I have a draft here of a document. It's currently under review. I've showed it to a couple of administrators. I've got back feedback from them, and I'm going to show it to our attorneys, and then I'd like to circulate it to you in early September. And I just want to take you through some of the highlights of this. Not a lot of changes from what you're used to, but what we have is we have a document which you're going to have all the procedures and all the forms together, and they're all dated. And I think for any other processes going forward, the hirings, it'll definitely be easier. So just let me take you through a couple of key points in the document. We have a procedure for recruiting, and one thing that we're starting to do is, you might have seen it, is we're starting to number all our postings, and every job, every vacancy, if you will have a number, and that'll be much easier for us to track from the posting, and the same number will be on your hiring information, on your packet information. So the first step is basically posting of vacancies, and we have a procedure that if you want a position, you'll have to fill out a form here, and you'll have to put the requirements so we know the posting. We'll post it accordingly. We'll have the proper sign-offs here at the district office, so we're all aware of the position when it becomes available. In terms of securing applicants, we'll post it on OLAS. If it's a harder to fill position, we'll use other means such as listservs, reaching out to the schools in the area. The document takes you through some of this information. One thing that's important is you need to, in the building levels, you need to secure your interview committees, which you've already been doing, but this just formalizes it in terms of what forms they should see. We talk about here that an AP or principal will chair a committee. We talk about how it's important to rotate the different people on the committees so we could have a good representation. It's not always the same people. The interview committee members should be submitted in the packet, and we have forms for you to follow in that. Interviews should be about 30 minutes. We talk about the process here. Candidate questions should be selected in advance, and as we all know, but it's just important that we're all doing this. The same questions should always be asked to the same candidates the same way. The committee chair will determine how many candidates to bring forward. If we have a vacancy that's in multiple buildings, what we're going to consider doing is having a shared committee which will address both vacancies at the same time. Let me take you through some of the other highlights of this in terms of selecting finalists. We'll have to have a demonstration lesson. We would like at the district office to see some of this information, and there are forms in there for that. finalists are suggested to, are actually required to have a writing example. And in the back of this form, I'll get to later, there are 4 writing prompts which we're going to give you that you can use. So it'll be standardized. The building administrator will recommend multiple candidates, if possible, to the district office so we can be sure that we can have the best one. We've included a rubric for you of different areas that you should consider. We have eight qualifications that we're asking you to go through to measure the best candidate for the job. We have roles for the chairperson, roles for the central office procedure. Certification is really important. If someone is not presently certified, it's really going to be hard to bring them forward, so I really wouldn't really see them. People have to have certification in hand for us to bring forward to the board, and that's something that I just really want to make sure that we're on the same page about. Also, salary. There really should be no salary conversations. If somebody wants to see our step schedule, they can, but there really shouldn't be no promises to anyone about salary. Also, it's important, if you're hiring part-time people, it's important that promises aren't made to them that they can substitute, because it's important that we adhere to the Affordable Care restrictions in terms of part-time people should stay part-time. So just because they're part-time, we just can't make them full-time with substitute service. There is information here about the application packet, information here about the references. Procedures for the support staff are very similar, and so forth. We have forms in here, which I won't take you through, but I'll just show you the forms. If you need staffing, we're going to have a form for additional staffing. We're going to ask for a vacancy specification, so we could see, it's possible that maybe Frank interviewed somebody who was very, very good, who was number 2, didn't make it. We might have somebody in our minds who could maybe serve. We have forms for the interview committee. Everyone should sign confidentiality statements. We have a rubric, which we're going to include. We have 5 different prompts that we're going to include in the packet. Telephone reference forms, verification of prior experience will be handled by the district office. A sample memo for you to use. We have a thank you letter for candidates who are not selected to move on in the process, and then the packet checklist. Finally, it's important that you really leave a lot of time for people to be appointed. The process is going to be that you will send up your recommendation. I will interview myself. If I feel the candidate's appropriate, I will send it on to the superintendent, and Tim may elect to interview with Valerie or just himself, and then that person may or may not be forwarded on to the board. I know the summer we were really rushed and we needed to get everybody, but going forward, this is important that we follow the procedures. And again, I will have this finalized in a couple of weeks, and I will be sending it to you. So if you have any questions, please get back to me, and I hope this video was helpful. Thanks.